Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight. Tonight is the night, ladies and gentlemen, that we landed on that mothership. We're going to talk about AEW Dynamite. We're also going to predict the King and the Queen of the Ring. We also got we also got double or nothing predictions. It's a massive show. It's a huge show. Plus, we're going to talk about Triple H's announcements. We're going to talk about that and so much more here for you tonight on the Wrestling Experience, powered by the Hardcore Sports. So sit back and enjoy the experience on a Thursday night because you've landed on the mothership, celebrating 3 years of the Wrestling Experience.
You've landed on the mother ship. Welcome to Planet Experience. Welcome to the Wrestling Experience.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestling Experience. But I'm not here alone tonight. No, ladies and gentlemen. She's back with us. Ladies and gentlemen, she's got a friend named Denti who's her bestie, but now she's been enhanced. She's been enhanced, and now she knows how to pull up that cook pot, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, she's here with me every Thursday. She's my co-pilot. She's my friend. She's a Wisconsin darling. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the one and the only Sarah Scoring.
Hey Earl, how are you?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you tonight?
I'm good.
Oh, excellent. Well, sir, we had a lot of newsworthy stuff today coming out of the ship of the WWE. And boy, oh boy, was it some good stuff. Well, first of all, let's talk about this for a second, sir. On August 1st and August 2nd of 2026, we're going to get a 2 night of SummerSlam. 2 nights of SummerSlam. It's coming your way in Minnesota. And you know something? The folks in Minnesota, they are so happy. They are elated because they wanted WrestleMania. The plan fell through. And of course, Las Vegas won over Minnesota to host WrestleMania next year. But hope springs eternal. WWE and Triple H and Endeavor. How dare you remember the sports? How are you? Alexander, how are you? Thank you.
Oh, he says Uncle Howdy Clue. There's an Uncle Howdy Clue that's going to be on Twitch tonight. Huh.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting.
Well,
Thank
we're
you,
gonna be
Alexander.
there, so we won't get to see that.
No, we won't get to see that. We're a little busy here on the island of experience.
The island of experience. We're cooking some stuff in our cook pots.
There's a lot of stuff in the cook pot. A lot of stuff. So as I was saying before, this is the first time that SummerSlam is going 2 nights. We're going to have 2 nights, which means that the WWE is probably going to be cooking up 13 to 14 matches broken up into 2 nights for SummerSlam. I don't have an issue with this. I don't have a problem with this. This is the first time ever that SummerSlam has ever been held 2 nights. Now, I have been, ladies and gentlemen, to 15 SummerSlam events. And I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen, I've never been to 2 nights of SummerSlam. I've never done it before. I've done WrestleMania 2 nights, but never SummerSlam. This is going to culminate, ladies and gentlemen, into what WWE is thinking. They want to move away from arena shows, and they're going to start putting all of their PLEs in stadiums. And this is something that they want to do. This is their vision. This is Triple H's vision. This is Nick Khan's vision and everybody else's vision. This is their vision. No more 18,000 seat arenas anymore for the WWE's pay-per-views. They're going to be doing them internationally. They're going to be doing here in America with stadiums. So I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with. So what do you think about this announcement today?
Well, I think it's great. I mean, as long as they put the time and the work in to build up enough storylines where they're not just doing like AEW does, Tony Khan, and throwing matches on a PLE, 2 nights, 3 nights ahead of time. I think it's great. I was thinking about this after we were chatting about it earlier. My only concern is, WrestleMania being 2 nights. That makes it very, very special. It makes it a much bigger deal than the other PLEs that WWE does. Now, if they want to do SummerSlam in 2 nights, that's perfectly fine. But I don't know. I'm a little apprehensive about them doing it for all of the PLEs because it's going to make them not as special anymore.
Yeah, well, that's I think what they want to do, Sarah, is they want to do the big ones. Like they want to do the WrestleManias. They're probably going to do it for SummerSlam, and they're probably going to do it for the Survivor Series. Because those are
like that.
yeah, because those are staples in the WWE. Whenever you think of WWE, you think of SummerSlam, you think of Survivor Series, and you think of WrestleMania. So these things, if you want to do them 2 nights, I don't see any issue with it. But like Sarah said, you can't do it to all of them. You can't do it to all of them. Like the Money in the Bank, you don't want to do that 2 nights. You don't want to do Royal Rumble 2 nights. That's not necessary. Only do it with the special ones like Survivor Series, SummerSlam, and WrestleMania. If you do it with those three, that's fine.
Well, they're spaced out enough throughout the year too.
You are exactly
doing a 2 night PLE in April and then a 2 night PLE in May. They're
right,
spaced
exactly.
out enough. Because that's, like I said, that was my only fear is that they were going to do it with like Royal Rumble and Money in the Bank and Elimination Chamber. It's like not every PLE needs to be 2 nights because it takes away the uniqueness of it.
Right.
Like I said, that's what makes WrestleMania so special is it's 2 nights and they make a whole weekend out of it. So are they going to do that for SummerSlam then in 2026 when they go to Minnesota? They're going to basically be invading a city. So they need to go to places as well. You got to think about it. If they're going to do SummerSlam moving forward from 2026 and on for 2 nights, they need to do it in places where they can hold all different special events throughout the entire weekend. Like you experienced at WrestleMania this year, you had WWE World there. Pat McAfee did his show there. Like they had all kinds of special things going on that the fans could experience in addition to just going to WrestleMania. So
yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up, Sarah, because they did say in the press release today that they are planning to do a worldwide campaign for this event because this is going to be massive. This has never been done before in the WWE. They've never done SummerSlam 2 nights. Never. The SummerSlam, ladies and gentlemen, used to be held in arenas. Now they're taking them out of SummerSlam has been taken out of arenas and they're putting them in stadiums. So because they want more audience. They're looking for more audience, and they're looking for more audience. So Philly halftime, how are you tonight? Nice to see you. So again, like I said, I don't have any issues with it. And
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, here comes announcement number two. We're gonna have to rejoice, even though Mitch came to me with, oh, it's Cassidy's bestie. Mitch Kosky came to me backstage and he says, "Oh, Earl, Sarah scooped you already on this." Well, that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. You trying to start something between the co-hosts. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine, Mitch. Keep poking the bear. Keep poking the bear. It won't work, Mitch. It won't work. But thank you so much for trying to do it. I greatly appreciate it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Anywho.
stir that stink pot.
But anyway, like, if you all didn't hear the announcement, Triple H kept this under wraps until he got to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, in a press conference. He announced today that the winners of the King and the Queen of the Ring will now get a guaranteed title shot at at SummerSlam in Cleveland, Ohio. Which, by the way, if you all didn't hear that announcement, over 45,000 seats have been sold for
Oh,
SummerSlam.
wow.
Over 45,000. So,
Do you know how many
SummerSlam is
are
good.
left?
From what I understand, it is about well, it was 10,000, but I think it's under that now.
Wow.
So, yeah, so it is a testament of what WWE is doing, Tony Khan. Anyway, anyway,
Oh my God.
anyway. Are you all right? You feeling good? Oh, okay. Anyway, uh, um, so anyway, I am so glad about this announcement. And when I read Sarah's article and I did my own article, I rejoiced because what was I preaching? What was I preaching to Sarah over the last couple of weeks when she was on the screen with me? What was I preaching? I didn't want to see a plain, boring, vanilla king and a queen of the ring and you
Yep.
just win the crown and that's it. And then you got that king and queen gimmick, and then you're gonna shove it down the audience's throat, and there's nothing behind it. No, what
Yep.
Triple H and Endeavor is doing here is a good thing for the fans. What they're doing here is good for the fans because now you're going to be really intrigued to see exactly who is going to get crowned this Saturday. Now you're going to be intrigued. Now you want to be invested in this pay per view because now you want to know who's the number one contender, who's going forward, and what's the plan after that.
Well, there's stakes to it now. It's not like I
Yes,
said, we were chatting about it earlier. I'm like, they don't just get a sparkly crown and scepter and call themselves a
right,
king or a queen. Now
right.
there's stakes associated with it. My
I
thing
love
is like,
this.
I don't understand why they didn't announce this sooner. That's my
Oh,
only thing. But it is
I'm going
what
to
it
answer
is.
you. I'm going to answer your question, Sarah. Triple H did not want it to get leaked. He did not want
Oh,
it to get
well, that makes
leaked.
sense.
He did not want it to get leaked. He kept it under wraps until he got down to Jeddah because he didn't want it to leak. He didn't want it to leak. So I understand what his mental process was. He gave you a little tidbit about the king and the queen, gave you the tournament, but he didn't say specifically what's behind this tournament.
Yep.
And I like the way Triple H operates things behind the scenes. I love the way he does these things. I absolutely love it because now the fans are really rallying behind this Triple H era. Now we're going to be really intrigued to see what he cooks up later on. Now we're going to be intrigued. Now you're going to be intrigued because on the road to SummerSlam, we're going to get intrigued for the next 2 months. We're going to be intrigued because we want to know exactly what you're going to do. And in the interim, in the interim, we're going to have a speed bump because we have the Clash of the Castle, which will happen on June 15th on a Saturday. And I'm going to assume, Sarah, you're going to join us for that telecast. Uh,
Yeah.
Saturday afternoon. Yeah, we're gonna present to you the Clash of the Castle. But before we get to the Clash of the Castle, um, we have to deal with the King and the Queen of the Ring first, and that will happen this Saturday. So it'll be me, it'll be Sarah, it'll be Mitch, and he's got the roundup. He's got the roundup. Mac the Giant Head will be in so filthy. Just willing your down and dirty with the Mac. We will all bring you the King and Queen of the Ring.
I just realized
2024.
that.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I just realized that Clash at the Castle. It's only 3 weeks after King and Queen of the Ring.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Oh
is.
my god!
Yes, it
Holy
is. June 15th. June 15th in Glasgow, Scotland,
They're
Sarah.
putting the pedal to the metal.
Yes. That will kick off the road to SummerSlam in Cleveland, the Clash of the Castle, #2.
Yep.
And we will have that. We will do that telecast on Saturday, June the 15th. And Sarah, we have even having more good news for you because All Out will happen on September the 7th, which will be on a Saturday night.
Woohoo! All right.
Yes,
I like
Saturday
that.
night. Saturday night. So, Sarah, you are invited to come join us on that telecast. You want to do that? Yeah, Saturday night. We're gonna get crunk, Sarah. We're gonna get crunk because we're gonna do. We're gonna do it on. Yeah. You want to do what? You want to do what?
Oh, Kim, I totally checked out that home remodeling show that Little John
Yeah,
does.
yeah,
That is hysterical.
I
Oh
told you.
my goodness.
I told you.
The first 4 episodes is so funny. Oh
And
my
it's
God.
coming back. And it's coming back.
So funny. I only got
Yeah,
through the first 4 episodes so far, but it's funny.
I'm telling you all, you need to watch the show. It's called Little John. You want to do what? I'm telling you, it's hysterical. He goes into these Georgia homes and he transforms them, whether that's their garage or the basement or what, whatever they want to get done, their bedroom, whatever they want to get done in their house. And this guy transforms, and he comes up with these imagining him and Demetra. They come up with these ideas that I never even heard of.
Crazy. And you think when he's talking about it, it's like, what are you talking about? That has got to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But when you see it all put together, it looks good. It doesn't look bad at all. It looks really nice.
I like the piano bar. That was the most funniest thing. That was the most funniest thing when he put all the mommy and daddy juice in it. Anyway, that's what I call it, ladies and gentlemen, mommy and daddy juice.
It's so funny. Yeah, so it's a very good show. I really enjoy it. Thanks for that recommendation. I think
no problems. I think it's funny. I thought of you right away when I thought of it.
Oh my gosh, it's good. I enjoyed it. So I'll watch the rest of the episodes.
Yes, and today, ladies, thank you, Alexander, for that reminder. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is Bray Wyatt's birthday, and he would have been 37 years old. And we lost Bray Wyatt so suddenly and so quickly. It was. If you all haven't seen the documentary, like I said before, you owe yourself to what. But I'm telling you, I'm just pre-warning you. you're gonna have to get some Kleenex because
Yeah.
it is powerful. It is powerful. And again, I did not know he was an artist. I did not know he was an artist. I did not know that until JoJo offered showed the artwork, and I
Well,
was blown away.
he helped Tom Savini design the Fiend
Hmm.
match. Like
Yes, he did.
he helped with that. Like that was his idea, and Tom Savini kind of put the helped him, collaborated with him on it, and
Hmm.
helped probably put, I'm
Hmm.
sure, finishing touches on it and all of that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's he's gone too soon. Just it's just
Yes.
so sad. I feel so bad for JoJo and his children, and his ex-wife too. Like, I feel bad, because he had children with his ex-wife and children with JoJo. Like, I feel bad for
Yeah.
both those women and all the kids. Like, and it's just, oh, it's so just terrible.
And like JoJo said in the doc, it's very hard for her to say anything about what happened to him, because the kids are little. How do you explain that? How do you sit down to kids and explain that? I mean, that's a hard thing to explain.
Yeah, you can't explain
Just,
it to children in a way that is appropriate, meaning
right,
in a way that they'll understand.
right.
And God, I feel so bad for his
I don't think I could hold it together to have that conversation. I really don't think I would be able to emotionally. I don't think I'd be able to handle it.
and I think for me
Just,
too, knowing what happened, knowing Bray passed away, that's why, like, 15 minutes into the documentary, I was tearing up, like, already, because
yeah,
just to hear all these wonderful, amazing things that his family, his friends, his colleagues, his bosses, everybody just had amazingly wonderful, loving, supportive things to say about him. It just made it hard for me to get through it. I just because
yeah,
I feel like we all, especially his family and his friends, it's like they got ripped off. They
yeah.
got
They
ripped off,
did.
and
Yeah.
it just sucks. It just really
I,
sucks.
I, I mean, I remember the night that when we did
Oh my
the
god, I was a mess that night with the tribute they did to him.
yeah,
I was a crying
uh,
mess for that even.
yeah, that SmackDown was very hard
That
for
was
us to do.
difficult.
That was a
That was
very
hard.
difficult night. Because I was planning something that night. I was gonna say something else that night, and then in the afternoon, I'm sitting there while I'm looking at the internet, and they said, "Oh, Bray Wyatt died," and I said, "Say what?" And
I didn't believe it at first. I thought it was
I
just
just
Jimmy
didn't. I
spreading
just
rumors or something.
right, and I said, "What?
I was
What was
like,
that?"
no way.
And oh, I said, "No way!" And and I kept looking and looking, and then WWE.com broke the story, and I was just they confirmed it, and I just
Just so sad.
it was sad. It was very very sad, very sad. Um. So okay. So boy. All right. Let me just pull up this here. All right. So what me and Sarah are going to do right now, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to talk about the king. Speaking of king and queen of the ring, we're going to do the predictions first. We're going to do that, and then we're going to do double or nothing, and then we're going to talk about dynamite. Was a
Okay.
good, solid go home show. It was a solid go home show. It was the first time in a long time that AEW has produced some kind of good go home show. This was a very and what made it even special was what Adam Copeland did to Malachi Black. We're going to
Oh my
talk
god,
about
that was
that.
one of the best parts of the night for me. That was one of the standout parts of last night, for sure.
We're gonna talk about that in length. Trust me, when we get
It was
to the
freaking
dynamite
amazing.
portion. Yeah, and by the way, guys, I just wanted to tell you, we were supposed to have Joey Wood on the show tonight, but his son fell and cracked his hip. And Joey, I spoke to Joey through Instagram today, and his son is not doing too good. His son is not doing too good, and my heart is breaking for you, Joey. I wish Joey and his son of my best. We wish him the best, and
Absolutely.
as soon as he gets better, you can always reschedule with us, Joey. It's not an issue.
Take
It's
all the
not an
time.
issue. Yeah, you need take all the time you need. You know, it's not a rush. You can reschedule anytime you like. You know where we are here in Twitter and X and everything. So get ready, get well soon. Okay. Um. All right. Let's talk about this, Sarah. This first match. It is for the undisputed WWE champion. It is Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul. The match is going to be okay. I don't have an issue with it. The only issue that I have in this match, and I do not want to see this, I don't want to see him try to cheat to be the champion, and I don't want to see him use those stupid brass knuckles.
Oh, you
Um,
know, he's probably going to.
I don't want to see that like he did with Rey Mysterio in the Saudi show. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. So, Sarah, who is going to win the undisputed WWE Championship?
Cody Rhodes, they're not putting that title on Logan Paul. Let's get real. They're not putting
Um,
that title on Logan Paul. I think the only reason why, because you got to figure, where is this taking place? In Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. So the
right,
Saudi Arabia government, they are who's booking this show, and they
right,
love Logan Paul. So,
right,
and more power to them. That's fine. But
right.
no, Logan Paul. Will it be a good match? Yep. But Logan Paul is not going to win.
No, I don't think Logan Paul is walking out of Jeddah double champion. That will not take place.
No.
That will not take place. But now here's a question. Here's a question. How would you do the finish of this match?
Oh God, I don't know. Because I'm sure Logan Paul's gonna have some of his cronies there to back him
Yeah, they're
up.
gonna be up the they're gonna be up the things.
Yeah, most definitely. So he's gonna have some of his groupies there with him. Um, so I'm sure there's gonna be some sort of interference. Logan's gonna pull out. Well, I mean, look what happened on SmackDown last week, for goodness sakes. So
Right,
he had like his own security and his
right,
sleazy lawyer and all, so he's gonna have a whole
right,
entourage, I'm sure. Whole group of
right.
people down there with him. But I could see him trying to cheat and getting busted, or trying to cheat and Cody thwarts it. And I think Logan's gonna end up trying to do something. He's gonna end up making a mistake, and that is what's gonna cost him the match.
Yeah, I think that is a great assessment by you. I would agree. I'm going to agree with Sarah's assessment. Logan Paul is not winning this title. He'll give Cody Rhodes a show. Oh, he'll give him a show, all right. But in the end, it's going to be just way too much Cody Rhodes. Robert, what do you say? How are
He
you
says, "What's
tonight?
happening, Sarah? What's happening, Earl?
Thank you,
What's
Sarah. Really
happening
good.
if
What's
we're
happening?
going live for Double or Nothing?" Yes, Earl.
Yes, we are. Yes, we will be live with Double or Nothing. Thank you, Robert. If you want to know, it'll be me. It'll be Martina. And it'll be it'll be Nick. And he's got the roundup. He's got the roundup. Mac the Giants. And we're the building as well. We'll all bring you. We will all bring you. Stronger than Double or Nothing 2024. So get
Yes.
ready. Put some barbecue sauce on the fire and get ready to get crunk with us on Sunday night.
You might want to put the barbecue sauce on something before you go to put it.
Right. Don't just put it on the grill. Don't just put it on the grill.
Yeah,
I
I
do
don't think that would work
apologize.
out too well.
No. I apologize. Don't.
I don't think it would work out very well. It might taste a little yucky.
Right. And all that potpourri of action. Anyway. All right, so let's talk about the King of the Ring final. It's Gunther. Gunther is going to take on either Randy Orton or Tamatanga. Now, let me ask you something, Sarah. Who is going to take on Gunther? Is it going to be Tamatanga or is it going to be Randy Orton?
I think it's gonna be Orton. I don't know why. I'm not just saying that because he's one of my favorites. I just have this feeling, just this gut feeling that it's going to be Randy Orton is going to face Gunther. That's who I think it's going to be.
Okay, so it's Orton so if it's Orton and Gunther, who is going to be crowned the King of the Ring?
I want Randy Orton to win it, and this is because he's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But I could see them putting the crown on Gunther.
Okay, so now Gunther wins the crown, and that means he's going to be the number one contender for which title? Now that's going to be a good question. Now, which title is he going after? Well, since he's on Raw, there's only one person that he can go after, and that will be Mr. Rhodes. So that will be his next opponent. It will be Gunther taking on Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam 2024.
Wait, you think Gunther's gonna? Wait, Gunther's on Raw though, so Gunther would have to go after Damian Priest.
Oh, yes, that's
So
right.
because I think the announcement was
right.
that whoever wins, they're gonna go after the title that's on their respective brands. So like if Nia Jax wins,
Okay.
they'll have to match with Bailey. So they've already determined that. It's not like WrestleMania where they get to, or the Royal Rumble where they get to pick whoever they want.
Okay.
It has to be off the person off of their brand. So if Gunther wins, then he's going to go after Damian Priest, provided Damian Priest still has the title, because I have a sneaky suspicion it's going to be him and Drew McIntyre for the title at Clash at the Castle. So,
Right.
but it doesn't, and they did, because I did read it, and they said they made it sound like it doesn't matter if Damian Priest still has the title at SummerSlam or not. If Gunther wins, he gets a title match with whoever holds that title. So it doesn't matter if it's Damian Priest or if it's Drew McIntyre or if it's somebody else. That is who his match is going to be with.
Well, something, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to tell you something. You see what happens when you forget things, and you have a co-host who fills the donut hole like a jelly. She comes in here and she fills the donut hole, and I leave it flat, but she comes in and she puts in the cream on top of it, and she walks out of the room. So I don't have anything to say after that. I really don't. I really don't have anything to say after that. It's true. I don't have anything to say after that. I don't, because I forgot about that.
It's our good friend Raleigh. How are you?
Raleigh, how are you? Greetings from the UK. Raleigh, how are you? How you doing tonight? Here's the thing. Like Sarah's brilliantly said, and again, her analytics is it's just I don't know what to say anymore. I'm just stunned at how she comes up with these things and how she just clarifies everything. She's like that beacon of light in the fog, and she just clears everything for you and everything that sets the table. All you got to do is sit at it and eat. But anyway, guys, but she was right with what she just said. If Gunther wins the crown, then that means he's going to go after Damian Priest or McIntyre at SummerSlam. That's who the next opponent is. That's what's going to happen. Now, if Orton wins the crown, then he will go after Rhodes at SummerSlam. And that's who he's going to dance with at SummerSlam. That's who he's going to dance with. That's the person he's going to be dancing with. But we're going to have to see which brand is going to go with where and what is going to happen. Even though if Gunther still wins the crown and he goes after Priest, then Orton can go after, or he can go after Rhodes, and they can have that program, and they can go into that, and that could be for SummerSlam. So that's something they could play with in the booking if they wanted to.
Yeah.
If they wanted to. All right. So,
I agree. Raleigh says he thinks that Drew will be champ by SummerSlam, and I agree. I think that's what's probably going to end up happening. Is they're going to put that title on Drew, especially since Clash in the Castle's in Scotland.
Right.
I think it's kind of inevitable at this point.
Or could we get a swerve and have Mr. Punk interfere in the match and cost through the match? Ooh, he cost him again.
You realize that'll cause a riot. That will probably cause a legit riot. And it adds so much to their feud. Oh my God.
And then that would be at SummerSlam. It would be Punk versus Drew at SummerSlam. How good would that be? How good would that be? And it, like Sarah just brilliantly said again, it would add fuel to the fire.
Well, because because it doesn't matter who holds the title. If Drew wins the title from Damian Priest at Clash at the Castle, then Gunther will be facing Drew at SummerSlam.
Right.
He said it doesn't matter who holds the title, that is who Gunther will be facing. They could do a three-way match.
Well, yes, but this is what I'm thinking in my head, sir. This is what I'm thinking. Okay. McIntyre comes out the next night on Raw and he challenges Priest for the title. Okay. But Drew doesn't think in the back of his head. He thinks he's done with this Punk situation. He's not done. Punk then comes at the Clash of the Castle. He comes to the Clash of the Castle and he costs Drew again. Can
you imagine?
He cost him again. It's just his own obsession. And he cost him again. I'm telling you. If I'm sitting there and I'm
how much fuel that's going to add to the
fire. That's what I'm just saying. Can you imagine he gets a title shot at Clash of the Castle, and for some strange reason he's still obsessed with Punk, and it gets him caught. It costs him. Yes, and Priest remains. He retains.
I see. Yeah, I could completely see that happening.
Yes.
I could totally see that happening.
Yes.
Robert, as of right now, Robert's asking if McIntyre's still injured. He is still out injured.
He's still out injured, but we have to see.
They made it sound on Raw is that he's going to be challenging Priest at for the title at Clash at the Castle. That's what they're making it sound like. But who knows? I mean, it just depends on when the doctors clear him to be able to compete in the ring again. So it might not happen at Clash at the Castle because he might
not. Right. I mean, because that is up to Adam Pearce. It's up to the management, and it's up to the medical doctors. If they would clear him enough to go into that match, because remember, he has an elbow injury. And like Adam Pearce says, it's out of his hands. You have to see the doctor. You got to give us the proof that you're well enough to compete in the match. They don't want any liability. They don't want to book you in the match, and then you get 10 times worse than what you are. Then you have to have surgery, and then you got to blame management for doing. No, you gotta work on that. But I can totally see what I just said.
Yeah. So Robert says, I think Tama Tonga and Randy Orton are going to go no contest, and then they'll make it a 3-way to determine the new King of the Ring. I don't know if they're going to do a 3-way for
No,
that.
no,
I don't
I don't,
know.
I don't see that, Robert. I don't see that, Robert.
Well, I don't know if they would do that. That would be,
That would be
if they were
unprecedented,
going
and
to
it
do
wouldn't.
that, they would have done it with Jade Cargill and,
Right.
because they already had a disqualification, and if they were going to do a no contest, they could have done it with them too. So that's why I don't think that I don't know if that would exactly happen. I think by Randy Orton winning in his match against Tama Tonga, I think that is going to, again, I'll use these words, it's going to add fuel to the fire between Randy and this new Bloodline faction. So
Right.
no, I didn't see a P Diddy video. He wants to know if we've seen the new P Diddy video. I didn't see
No, I don't see. I don't see any
like I said,
P Diddy video.
I don't follow him, and with all the stuff that's going on, I really could care less about him. I really don't follow him. I
No,
haven't
I don't
listened
follow
to him
people.
in ages, so
I don't follow him either. I'm sorry. I'm too busy with other
yeah.
projects
Just
right now.
I don't know what it was about. I heard something like he did some kind of an apology video, but I don't know what it's all about, and I haven't watched it.
Oh
But
well, it was an apology video after what he did in the videotape footage in the hotel. After he ran out of the hotel room naked.
okay.
He was
I did remember
yeah
hearing about that. That
yeah
happened years ago.
yeah, and
Just
he beat
just
the
take an apology for it now?
yeah, I know.
Wasn't that
He
like 2017 or something?
well he finally admitted it, Sarah. He finally admitted to what he did because he was caught on camera. He was caught on camera. He was caught on camera half naked and high. He was half naked and high, and he was violent towards a woman. You've seen it on the video. I mean, can you imagine if there was a little girl or boy coming out of the hotel room and his towel came down and they see him like that? And how would you explain that? How would you explain that to a little kid? I mean, that's gross. But I don't want to bring that up here. I don't want to bring that up here. I don't want to bring that up here. I don't. We don't follow him, and I don't have nothing to do with that. We're gonna move on from that little thing. The Intercontinental Championship is up for grabs. It is Sami Zayn taking on Chad Gable and versus Bronson Reed in a triple threat match. This is going to be a good match. But you know who's the wild card in this match? It is Otis. What
I
is
wonder if
Otis going to?
Otis is going to somehow like remember the words that Sammy said to him in the locker room on Raw, and he's gonna take pause when Chad Gable's screaming at him or giving him a signal or whatever to do something to Sammy from ringside. I wonder if he's gonna take pause, consider Sammy's words to him, and not help Gable.
That's a good question. For the last 2 weeks, guys, for the last 2 weeks, Chad Gable has been belittled and humiliated Otis in front of the audience by smacking him not once but twice. And then this past Monday night on Raw, Otis interfered in the match with Sami Zayn, and Chad Gable pinned the Intercontinental Champion, which I was upset about because
that
you
shouldn't have happened.
that shouldn't have happened.
That shouldn't have happened. You just made Sammy look weak.
Right.
You don't pin champions before they're in a championship match.
No.
I don't care, man, woman, tag team,
Yeah,
not
you-
tag team. Champions, you make the champion look weak and incompetent, and I don't like it at all.
No. I wasn't a fan of it, and I wasn't a fan of the ending. I was not a fan of it. No,
No.
I was not a fan of it. I did
You
not like
wanted
it.
there to be some kind of a finish where Chad Gable gets one over, then have him get disqualified by like hitting Sammy with a chair or something like that.
Right.
Don't, yeah, that I no, I was very much on the same page as you with that. I did not like that.
No, I didn't like the ending to it. I thought the ending was whack. The
Yeah,
booking was
very
whack.
much
It was
so.
it
Very
was
much
whack.
so.
It was
Um,
whack. Um,
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna put the title, like Robert's saying they need to put the IC title on Chad Gable. I don't know if they're going to at this time because you can get so much more out of the story between him and Sammy. I can see them doing it. I just don't know if they're gonna do it this soon. I mean, Chad Gable just turned heel 2 weeks ago. So I could see them kind of dragging this out for a while, where perhaps he breaks up and gets rid of Otis and Maxine and Tozawa. And we saw him in the background on Raw. He was talking to the Creed brothers. I could see him kind of trading out the old Alpha Academy and bringing in the Creed brothers for his heel version, and because they want to win. So I could see him doing something to that effect, thus dragging out, not really dragging out, but prolonging this story a little bit with Sami Zayn, to then have an intercontinental title match at SummerSlam for it. But you never know. I mean, you never know. They could end up putting the belt on Chad Gable now.
well, I did say a couple of Raw watch-alongs ago. I did say that according to Sean Ross Sapp and everyone else, the Creed brothers are supposed to turn heel. They're supposed to be heels, and they're supposed to team up with Chad Gable, and they were supposed to dump the Alpha Academy. So
Oh,
could we see that happen? Could we see that unfold at
good.
the King and the Queen of the Ring? Should we see that unfold?
That could happen.
The Creed brothers attack Otis and they attack everybody else in the match. Could we see
Yeah,
that happen?
that's a
Yeah,
that's a
we
definite possibility. That's one thing I have to say though about the King of the Ring or Queen of the Ring this year is that it's very unpredictable, which is
right,
good.
exactly, which is good.
There's
Which is
so
good.
much stuff in the air that
Right,
you just don't. It's hard to say for with with confidence what is going to happen. Because there's so
right.
many different possibilities with these matches.
And like we
Same too
said,
with the. Go ahead, Earl. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead, finish your thought, Sarah. I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead, finish
was
your
I
thought.
was gonna say, and you got to remember, it's not just Sami Zayn and Chad Gable in the match. You got Bronson Reed in there too, and Sami doesn't have to lose the title by being pinned. So a
No,
way to put the title on, Chad Gable would be for him to pin Bronson Reed.
right,
Sammy's not getting pinned, so he still looks strong, so to speak. But then then he's still losing the title. So you've got to remember
right,
there's that wild card thrown in there as well. Um,
right,
Sammy's going to have two guys to deal with in the ring to contend with, and not just one.
right.
So
But anything, like Sarah brilliantly said, anything is possible in this King and Queen of the Ring. Anything is possible because the unpredictability factor is not there. So it's not there. So it makes for compelling television. It makes you want to watch because it makes you want to wonder in the back what sort of bag of tricks are they going to come out with? Because we could be getting something that shocked the crap out of us, and we weren't expecting that.
sure.
And then then there's the fallout, of course, which is Monday Night Raw, which we will have on Monday night. Guys, we will have the Raw watch along this Monday, and we're I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking very forward to this. So I guess you and I are in the same wavelength in as far as Sammy retaining, but there could be some elements in here that could switch that. That could the switch could be switched.
Depends. Like, I have a feeling like if we see the Creed brothers appear, I think it's Chad Gable's taking it. If we see
Yeah,
if we see them there, like if they're accompanying him to the ring or
right,
something, because otherwise they really have no reason to be there. They haven't been on TV in weeks,
right,
so they have no reason to be over in Jeddah. They have no reason to be there other than to help Chad Gable. So,
right. So,
um,
and like I said, I could see it.
yeah,
I could see that, I could see so many scenarios. Like say the referee goes down and we have no referee. We have no referee. Bronson Reed goes in and tries to cover Sami Zayn, but there's no referee. All of a sudden, the Creed brothers come out and they take Otis out. They take out him, and then they put him on top of Sammy, and then he wins the match just like that.
yep, I could see it.
I totally can see it. I can see it.
When you figure too, I mean, they go to Saudi Arabia they only go once a year as of right now. Okay, that's not to say in the future things will, won't change, but as of right now, they only go once a year to Saudi Arabia, and there's only 5 matches on the card. So I think they really want to really, have a lot of fireworks, have a lot of wow, a lot of pizzazz
Right,
these
right.
matches with surprises, or I mean maybe doing things that we as the audience wouldn't expect. So I think that's gonna play in as well. So
Yeah, and we're gonna see tomorrow. By the way, guys, in a programming now tomorrow night, me and Denise will bring you Friday Night SmackDown from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and we're gonna see if they're gonna add any more matches to these 5 match list. Because this is something, but this is manageable versus the what we're gonna get at Double or Nothing. Because Double or Nothing, we had 12 matches. We've got 12 matches.
and
We got
Tony Khan
all.
could still add some on Saturday night during
Oh,
pay.
sure he does. Of course he does. Of course. Don't you just love it when he does Baker's dozen? Don't you just love it? Don't you just
Yeah,
love
everybody
when?
everybody wants to sit there for 4 or 5 hours watching a pay-per-view. Like,
Right. It is just. Anyway, and by the way, everyone, if you all didn't hear the news today, he only sold 75% of the arena, so only half of it is full. I don't know if he's gonna get the other
last
half,
night for Dynamite?
huh?
Last night for Dynamite?
No, I'm talking about Double or Nothing. In the MGM Grand Garden Arena, Tony Khan only sold so far 75 to 76% of the house. It is not full at all.
Oh,
At
that's not good.
all. That's not good. That's not good, Tony.
No, not
That's
at
not good.
all.
No, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That is not good. This is a 10,000 seat arena and you only sold 76%. That's not good, Tony Khan.
I'm
That's not good.
honestly, with the way their ticket sales have been, and I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm not trying to be mean or negative. But with the way their TV shows, the crowds have been, I'm honestly surprised they've sold 75%. I didn't think they were gonna. I wasn't sure if they were going to get close to selling out. So
We'll have to see. We got Friday, Saturday left. That's it. Got
and
2 days
Sunday
left.
morning, and that's
You,
about it.
you yeah, you have 2 days left to push the rest of those seats. You
Yeah,
got
that's a
two
lot.
days left. That's a lot to push, but you got to do it. You got to do it. And Rampage and Collision, which will be held in the same arena as Double, that is not sold out either. That is not so. That is very weak. They
Really?
said. They said it's very weak. Very weak.
Oh,
So I feel bad for them, but you know that's what happens when you don't have a strong product. That's what happens when you don't have a good product and you got all this stuff happening behind the scenes, and you bring up 8 month beef and you try to put that on television, and the audience is just not. They're just not gravitating to it anymore. They find
yeah.
your product very. I find like I talk to some fans. Some fans find the product boring. They find it boring. They don't watch it anymore.
I could see why people would say that.
Yep, they just find it boring. They just don't find it exciting anymore like it used to be. It's just
It's
not.
not.
It's not, and he won't address it. So if
Yeah.
you don't if you don't want to address it, well, okay.
Yeah.
Um, um, the women's championship. Becky Lynch takes on Liv Morgan. This match is going to be. This match is going to be. Let me ask you something, Sarah. What do you think of the build for this match?
What build?
Okay, all right. Enough said. Thank you very much.
Like what build? It's so funny. Like, Liv Morgan
Oh
talking
man.
about this. She keeps saying, "I'm on this revenge tour. I'm on this revenge tour." It's like, okay,
Right.
you want to get revenge against Rhea Ripley. You've already
Of-
gotten revenge against Rhea Ripley. You took
right.
her out. You whacked her in the head with a chair and she smashed her shoulder, and now she's out with a shoulder injury. And she had to vacate her title because of it. Congratulations, you got your revenge. You
Right.
know, like what the hell? It just, yeah, I'm not like a humongous Liv Morgan fan. I'm just not. If other people are, more power to you. Um, but I could see them, and they put the title. I know we talked about it a little bit on the Raw Watch Along. Becky was the safe choice during that women's battle royal
Right.
to put the title on her. She's been a champion before. She knows the drill. She knows what it takes, what she's got to do. She's a veteran at this point in WWE. Like she knows the drill. Like she knows what she needs to do.
Right.
So Becky Lynch was the safe choice to put the title on. However, I could see them taking the title off of Becky and giving it to Liv at this point. I could see
So
it happening, but their build, there's been no build.
no,
There really hasn't been.
there isn't been. There isn't. Like this is because there's no reason for it. There was just no reason. I mean, okay. They were the last two in the battle royal. Okay, she eliminated her. Okay, so that's fine. But then what's the build after that? What is the reason for that? And then like Sarah said brilliantly, this revenge tour should be over. The crowd should be falling out and the curtain should be coming down. You've already taken out the number one person you wanted to take out. She took you out for almost a year, and then you took her out and made her vacate the title. So the revenge tour is over. So I don't understand why you want to continue with this revenge tour. I don't get it. It makes absolutely no sense to me.
It's stupid. I think that whole storyline is just dumb. Like I said,
Um,
I'm not a humongous Liv Morgan fan at
no,
all.
no,
Like, just I'm not. I'd rather
no.
see Becky keep the title, but I want Becky to keep the title. I wouldn't mind if Becky kept the title, but I can totally see them putting it on Liv Morgan. I
No,
could see it
right,
happening.
right.
But honestly, I really don't give a crap about this match at all. I just don't. I just don't. Or
I'm
it is
gonna tell you,
non-existent.
right. I'm gonna say this, guys. I'm gonna say this. You might want to phone a friend on Gmail with this. I'm sorry because Look, listen. We all know the titles are going anywhere. Becky is gonna retain. Becky gonna retain, and retain she should. I don't want to see anything. I don't want to see anything botchy watchy or glitchy witchy in the match. I don't want to see none of that. I don't want to see Liv get the belt. She doesn't deserve the belt at this. And sorry, Martina. I understand. I understand that you want to see Liv win the title, but Martina, I'm sorry. I have to disagree with your assessment. I'm
She
sorry,
hasn't
but
done anything to earn
no.
the title.
No, and
She
she.
hasn't.
I'm sorry, but I want Becky Lynch to retain, and I won't accept anything less in the program. I just won't.
Yeah.
Um. So we have Becky retaining. Okay. All right. So let's talk about this, and I think this is the last match we're going to talk about.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the last match. Okay, we have Nia Jax or Bianca Belair taking on Lara Valkyria.
As long as long as Nia doesn't get Queen of the Ring, I'm good. I'm good with it.
Um, I'm going to say at this point, and Lara Valkyria is on Raw. If I remember correctly, she's on Raw.
Yes,
So
she is.
that means if she wins the crown and she becomes the queen, she will then go after Becky Lynch, and that will be her dance partner at SummerSlam.
Yep.
That's who she's going to take on at SummerSlam, which I do not have an issue with. I don't have an issue with. I
No,
don't have
neither
an
do
issue
I.
with it. I don't have an issue with it at all. As
No.
long as it's not Nia Jax.
Bingo.
Because if it's Nia Jax and she wins, that means that her dance partner will be Bailey. I'm not a fan of that.
No.
And that's not, and that to me is not really conducive to a SummerSlam match. That's more like of a SmackDown match. I would not book that on the main show. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
it's just not. It's just not. It's just not.
She hasn't
It's
done. What has she done since she's been back to earn a title shot, much less the
right,
title? She hasn't
right,
done anything. And I'm so sick
right,
to death of people saying, oh, she's gotten so much better. That's all well and good, but she hasn't done enough to earn the title or a title shot. She hasn't. Quit being delusional.
right.
Just hasn't. She's terrible.
She's
She
not
squash
good.
people. Whoop de doo.
Right, right. And you see, see, everybody jumped down my throat about repertoire. See, everybody jumped down my throat when I mention the word repertoire. Everybody gets upset with me because I talk about repertoire. Okay, here's the thing with a wrestler. You can. I said this to Mitch Kosky the other day. Um, you could have a push with someone, but if they don't have a repertoire, how are you going to invest in that wrestler?
Yeah. They don't have if they don't have enough signature moves.
Right?
Like I
How
said,
are
what
you?
is
How
what
are
is
you?
Nia Jax's signature move? Sitting
A
on people's
squash.
chests.
Right.
Really? That's who you're gonna put the belt on? Give me a break. No.
She doesn't have anything in her repertoire.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't have it. It's just like with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns doesn't have nothing in his repertoire. All the man does is come out and he gives you a spear, a Superman punch, and that's it. That is it.
It was the same thing with Brock Lesnar.
It's the same thing with
F5
Brock Lesnar.
and
Right.
the suplex, over the head suplex and stuff like that. That's it. He had like 2 or 3 signature moves. Like, really?
Oh, Yeah, all Brock Lesnar did in the ring was give you an M5, a Kimura lock, and that was it, and a suplex, and a German
Or
suplex,
yep,
and yeah,
a lot.
that was it. That was it. That was Brock Lesnar's repertoire.
Yeah,
That's boring. That's
it is.
boring. It's
It is.
boring. You gotta do something better than that. What else do you have in your repertoire?
Can you
See,
imagine, like, can you imagine if Bianca Belair wins? She would go after Bailey, and she hates Bailey still with a passion. Can you
right,
imagine, like, the story we would have? You
yeah,
know, like there's a story there too. You
right.
know, there's no story with Nia Jax and Bailey.
No, there isn't. So I'm gonna stay on the Earth side of caution. Yeah, Gunther will become the king, and Layla Valkyria will become your queen, and
Yeah.
she will then go after Becky Lynch at SummerSlam for that coveted title. And we're gonna move on in the program.
Yep. That's what I
I
think too.
believe. Yep, I think that's the road that they should travel on. And I know some of you out there, I know some of you out there are gonna say, well, she just come up to the main roster and she just got signed to the why does she deserve the crown? Look, listen, she worked hard in that tournament. She won the tournament fair and square. Why would you not put the crown on her? She won it fair and square. So why would you not put the crown on her? Why? Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. Um, okay. All right. All right. Wait, that was the king and the queen of the ring, and that's our predictions. And that is our thoughts on it. All right. Now, let's talk about Dynamite. Dynamite last night took place in Bakersfield, California. And what a go home show it was a solid go home show. It was a great go home show. All right, so let's talk about this for a second. Let's talk about this for a second. Um, Orange Cassidy, Mitch Kowski's bestie, and Will Ospreay took on Trent Beretta. He took on Trent Beretta, Trent Beretta, and Roderick Straw.
It's so funny, Earl. I love it. I just love it.
Oh my God! I'm glad that you love it because we've been doing this for and
Eh,
it is a testament of what it is.
we have fun.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Orange Cassidy's bestie. Yes, yes. Anyway, anyway. So the match was fine. The match was great for what it was. Um, I liked the match. I thought it was good. Great chemistry, great nuance in the match. I had no issues with it. Sarah, what did you thought of the match itself?
I thought that, I mean, I liked it. I thought the idea was unique. You know, you're taking the two guys or the four guys that have matches against each other at Double or Nothing, and you're putting the baby faces together on a team, and you're putting the heels together on a team. And I thought that it was a good idea. I enjoyed it. I really enjoy watching Will Ospreay. I think he's fantastic. And I thought yeah, I mean, I thought the match was good. I enjoyed it. Um, like you say, they had really good chemistry in the ring. But then you got this stupid interference from the boring Undisputed Kingdom. And it's just
Kingdom, yes.
boring.
Who
You
left
know.
Will Ospreay a bloody mess? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and I saw this interview. He did like one of those backstage interview things, like after Dynamite was done, and whew, he is none too pleased with Mr. Strong.
No,
None too
well,
pleased.
he should be because he tried to concuss him. He tried to
Oh yeah,
concuss him to make sure he doesn't show up for Double or Nothing. He tried to concuss him. Uh, well, that's not going to sit well this Sunday at all.
no.
So, so let me ask you something. On an entertainment level, what do you give this match? Mm.
Um, I'd give it an 8. I enjoyed it. There was "This is awesome" chants going on. I mean, and it
Right.
was it was like it was good. I enjoyed it. I mean, Trent Beretta played the heel really well. Roderick Strong played the heel really well. I thought that and it also added to the feud between Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta. He had even had Don Callis going there with his trying to mix things up. Him and his glitter shoes. So yeah, I liked it. I give the match an 8. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with your assessment. I'm gonna give this match an 8.2. This match was great. This match was fantastic. This match was great. I loved like Sarah said the heel work between Roderick Strong and Trent Barretta was great. The match was solid. It was good throughout. I had no issues whatsoever with the winner going forward. You needed the momentum going strong for the faction, and that's what happened. Yeah, so we agree with that. So that was good. Tony Storm and Mariah May took on Saraya and Harley Cameron. The match was all right. The match was fun. What happened afterwards was even more great. She finally got her upcomings. Did Tony Storm? Sir, what did you think of the match?
I don't know. Like, I'm not a huge Soraya fan. I'm not a huge Harley Cameron fan. I know I'm probably in the minority here, but I'm Tony Storm's gimmick. Like, it's like enough already. It
Right.
just yeah. So I thought the match was boring. Did you
Okay.
hear how quiet? Did you hear how quiet the crowd was?
Yes.
Like the
Again.
crowd was like you could hear crickets almost. Like they were very,
Yeah.
very, very quiet for this match. But I totally agree the ending when Serena Deeb came out and just pretty much laid waste to everyone, or at least to Tony Storm and Mariah May. I thought that was fantastic. And it made her look strong ahead of her match with Tony Storm. So that part I enjoyed.
Right. Right. I agree. Excuse me. I agree with the assessment. I agree wholeheartedly. Like I said, the match was fine. The match was all right for what it was. Um, and I like the way what Serena Deeb did. Now, if you all don't know what I'm talking about, um, Tony Storm, Tony Storm on Saturday night took Serena Deeb's flag and draped it on herself after she stripped naked on the stage. Very
Totally
bizarre.
unnecessary.
Yeah,
Totally unnecessary.
yeah, it was very weird. It was very creepy, and it was very bizarre. I've never seen anything like that in a match, but anyway, that's what she did. And and this was Revenge 2.0 for Tony
Oh
Storm.
yeah.
Um, so on an entertainment level, so what do you give this match?
Like I said, it wasn't great. It wasn't horrible. Serena Deeb coming out at the end to do what she did, I'll give it a 6.
Okay. I'm gonna go down a little. I'm gonna go down a little. I'm gonna give this match a 5. The match gets a 5. It was good for what it was. Do I want to see it again? No.
No,
No.
no,
No. No.
no.
The match wasn't a classic. It wasn't stellar or anything, but it was good for what it was. Mm. It was good for what it was, and it got you invested in the match coming up at Double or Nothing, which is what it was designed for.
Yep. Like I said, it
Which
made
we
Serena Deeb look strong ahead of her match with Tony Storm. Now, do I think Serena Deeb is going to win? No. I don't think she's going to
no.
win. I think they're going to probably keep that belt on Tony Storm in going into All In. That's what I think.
What did you? Okay, let me ask you something, Joe. What did you make of the Death Triangle reuniting?
That was so cool. And Ray Phoenix looked jacked as hell. Like when he was flexing,
Yes.
that spotlight went on, I was like, holy crap. I'm like, I don't remember him being like that muscly before. Um,
Right.
I mean, so he's obviously been putting a lot of hard work in while he's been out injured. So I think it's
Right.
great. I think it's great. And you've got real, opponents for Bullet Club Gold for the trios title. I
Right.
think it's great.
And the match is official, by the way. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that match. That match was made official. Yeah, they added matches last night, guys, with Double or Nothing. They added it. And that was one of them that was added. Um, yeah, they came out and they laid waste. They laid waste to the Bang Bang Gang.
Oh yeah.
They laid waste to the Bang Bang Gang
Oh yes, they did.
after they attacked Pac last week. I kind of knew. I said it last night on the stream. I don't know if you saw the stream or not, sir, but I said it last night. I said it last night. I said that this match was going to be official, and it was. And I knew it. I knew it, knew it, knew it.
Yep.
Okay.
I thought it was cool, and now Pac's got some guys in his corner, which is good.
Okay. Malachi Black took on Kyle O'Reilly. This match was fantastic.
Oh my god, it was so good. This was
It was so good. It was so good. Him and Kyle O'Reilly match move for move, hold for hold. It was great because they both they do that Muay Thai moves or whatever they call that, and it was just absolutely Malachi Black and him. The chemistry was great in the ring. But what we got after the match? Now
yeah,
Malachi,
so cool.
we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. The match was fine. The match was. So let me ask you a question. What did you make of the match itself?
I thought the match was excellent. I mean, they're both very, very good. It's nice to see. For me, it was because I've been saying I do really enjoy House of Black, and it was nice to see Malachi Black be in a singles match, not having the other members of House of Black down there interfering and bullying the ref or bullying Malachi's opponent. So it was nice to see him do a singles match where you actually got to see him wrestle.
Right.
And Kyle O'Reilly is great too. And you said it perfectly when you said they kind of were matching each other move for move. Like Kyle O'Reilly did something and Malachi Black countered it, and then Malachi Black did something and Kyle O'Reilly countered it. Like they were countering each other, they were slipping out of each other's holds and moves, and they were very. I mean, they did again, like you said, they had very, very good chemistry together in the ring. So I like this match a lot.
Yeah. On an entertainment level, So on an entertainment level, what do you give this match?
With the ending part included,
Yes.
I give it. I'll give it a 9.5.
Yep, I am on the same wavelength as you. I'm glad we came on the same wavelength. Welcome
Yep.
to the 9.9 ship, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome
Right.
aboard. Ahoy, matey.
It was so cool. Oh my
This
goodness.
this
Seeing
this
that
was
at the
great. Now,
end
oh yeah,
was
we're gonna discuss
fantastic.
that. We're gonna discuss that. Now, what happened after the match was really good.
It was
Was
great.
really it was really
I
good.
popped
It
so
was
for it. It
it
was
was
awesome.
okay. So the lights were playing. They were playing a trick with the lights.
Hmm.
The lights played a trick. All of a sudden, first it went black.
Yep.
Then I said, what's happening here? Oh, are we gonna get a debut? Is somebody debuting here? Because that's Tony Khan's MO. He likes to turn the lights out, and then somebody shocking comes out of that
Yep.
cook pot of his.
Yep.
That's something that comes out of his cook pot, his repertoire. So I was like, okay, now somebody who's released is gonna interfere in this match. They're gonna stick their nose in here, and we're gonna
Yep.
get a shocking moment. No, that's not what we got. No, no. The lights come back on, and it began to come red. And all I kept saying to myself, uh, all I kept saying was, I was thinking, I thought I was going to get a Brood music. You remember the Brood when they used to come out? They used to come out that and then he comes through the elevator and the fire and all that and the white outfit and okay, well, we didn't get that, but what we got instead, the red light come on, and Malachi Black was doused. And when I mean doused with this red bloody goop that came from the ceiling. It was buckets of it. And I mean buckets. And they were saying at ringside, there were some people sitting at ringside, they were covered in it. They were covered in it. They were covered in it. So if you wore white or you wore peach or any other color because it was California, well, you won't look like what you look like when you walked out.
It
And it
looked
was
like you
so
were in a murder scene.
right. And they said it was so messy. They had to take a broom and push it onto the side of the floor so that the next match they won't slip on it. Um, it
Oh
it
man.
was messy. It was messy for production people, but it worked.
Well, I wondered how they got it. They got it cleaned up so quickly. Like
Well,
that was
it was like they only had the production team only had 35 seconds of commercial airtime to clean up the mess.
oh my
So
god.
so they had to work extremely quickly to put it back together so it looks presentable on camera. Um,
Lord.
yeah, so
Well,
they were fast and furious.
he
Uh,
drove edge. He thought he was playing Malachi Black thought he was playing mind games with Adam Copeland. No, you seriously don't know the rated R superstar very well then.
right. So when he was doused in that blood, Adam Copeland is on the screen and he comes downstairs and he cut a promo. And his face, if looks can kill,
He
I think
looked
if I yeah
evil. Oh my
yeah
god.
I wouldn't want to be Malachi Black this Sunday. If I were you, Malachi Black, I would call Tony Khan and say I missed my plane and I won't be in the match. Anyway,
He pushed him too far by taking his
right,
wedding ring because everybody knows how
right,
much he loves Beth and his daughters. So
right.
I think they played that perfectly. They did I mean, you're talking a guy that was in the Brood. That's like a spooky type faction. Then he's the founder of
Mm-hmm.
Judgment Day. It's another kind of dark, spooky faction. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Malachi,
So
you.
you messed with the wrong person.
Yeah,
You played the mind games with the wrong individual. You
dark
don't do
side.
that. Right. You don't do that. You just don't do that. Um so when the blood came down on him and all that red goop, you know
Oh,
what that also reminded me of? You know what also that reminded Carrie? I don't know if you ever see the
yes,
movie Carrie. When
yes.
she was in the prom and they put the pig blood on her and she took her
Yep.
supernatural powers and she killed everyone in the gymnasium when she
And
burned
set
it
it
down
on
to the
fire.
ground. Right, right. That's what it reminded me of us. That's exactly what it reminded me of.
I wonder. I wonder if we're gonna see some kind of a Brood entrance for Adam Copeland.
Could be. But they would have to get permission from the WWE to do it.
That's
They wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, and even if they don't have, like, if they can't get or can't use that exact music, I could see them using a variation, some kind of a
Right,
variation on it. But I'm talking about like his actual entrance, if we're gonna see something like
right.
that. Remember when he did that entrance when he was facing going up against Judgment Day and teaming up with Rey Mysterio and Dominic?
Oh yes.
Against Judgment Day when Dominic ended up turning. I think on that was when he turned on his father and Edge.
Right,
I could see
right,
him doing, when he came up out of the floor and he walked down those stairs that had fire on the sides and they had all the
right.
fire going on in his entrance. I could see them doing an entrance like that for him at Double or Nothing.
You know what'd be
That would be
really
cool.
evil? You know it would be yeah, and you know what'd be really a good element to add to that? Make his eyes fire red by wearing contacts.
Oh, that would be
And let
cool.
the and then have the camera focus on his eyes when he's
Yep.
coming through the stage and he's looking at Malachi Black across the ring and he sees those eyes. Oh my gosh, folks, I would be pissing in my pants.
It would be awesome. It would be
Uh,
so awesome.
oh my God. You better run because this is not gonna look good. Um, no. Yeah, so we gave it an 8.5. This segment was an 8.5. Now, let's talk about this. Pinocchio, ladies and gentlemen, Pinocchio took on the AEW champion, the AEW champion. Um, and this was something else. This was something else. Nick Wayne got what he deserved. You know what the best part of the match was? When Swerve Strickland smacked Nick Wayne with the belt. I said,
Oh
"Spare the
yeah.
rod, spoil the child."
Like I said,
Spare
that
the
kid
rod.
didn't get enough spankings as a child. He didn't get enough
Right,
discipline.
and he disciplined him. So he wins the match. But what happened afterwards was even more poetic justice. Sarah, what did you think of the whole thing? What did you think of the entire package?
I thought it was great. The one thing though that's still just not like angry, I guess classic line, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. Is Swerve Strickland, he is your world champion. Why is he not the main event? Why do you
Right,
have him on in the middle of the show?
right,
Especially after what happened in the parking lot after, that would have been the perfect thing to close the
right,
show with.
right,
It's, you know what I mean? So why would you have him on in the middle of the show? I don't, I don't agree with. I definitely think
right.
that they haven't been doing the same for Swerve as they do for other champions like MJF. Obviously, MJF is MJF. He was always the main event, always got time to do promos and all this other stuff. Why is Swerve not the main event? And there's
Right.
you can't say because there's no story, because there's a built-in story with this between him and Christian with what Swerve did to Nick, what he did to Nick Wayne last year in his
Right.
gym, at his home gym and stuff. So,
Right.
but I thought the match was good. I thought the after the match was good. I like this. This was, again, I say this was another bright spot last night.
Yeah, another bright spot, and it was the return of Prince Nana after he was put on the shelf by
Hallelujah.
Christian, and he was
So
put on the
happy.
shelf.
I love how he's just so casually drinking coffee in the car. Like the
Right.
camera goes in there from the passenger side and he just looks and he's like drinking his
Yeah.
coffee. I thought it was
Right.
great.
And he blocked Christian
Like,
from leaving. He blocked Christian from leaving, and Swerve freaking got a hold of Christian, but Christian did escape. He did escape. He won't escape this Sunday. He will not
he got
escape.
some shots in on him though. He
Yes,
pulled
he
him out of
did.
the
Yes, he.
car and threw him into that semi trailer and
Uh,
some good shots in on him. He did get away, obviously, but
right, he did get
to have
away.
Prince Nana back, I'm so happy that he's finally back. Like I said, I didn't know he owned a coffee company. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's something.
I think
But
that's very cool.
yeah, I think that's cool. I don't have an issue with that.
Hmm.
I don't have an issue with it at all. But Prince Nana, ladies and gentlemen, Prince Nana blocked Christian from leaving, and some people were comparing that segment to when Cody Rhodes and The Rock got into the parking lot. They were comparing that to that. And I
Oh,
was like, they were saying that Tony Khan ripped off the Raw segment. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. First of all, if it was a rip off of the Raw segment with The Rock and Cody was
yeah.
being pulled in the parking lot, okay, he would have used the belt. He didn't use a belt in the segment. There was no belt in the segment.
Well, not just that, but Cody Rhodes or The Rock rather, wasn't trying to leave in a car.
Right, right. So
Like,
yeah, that doesn't right. That to me, you can't compare that. I'm sorry, folks, you can't compare it. You can't compare it because that's not what. I don't think Tony Khan was ripping off anything. They said it was not original, but okay, all right.
okay, so then are you gonna take what happened later on in the evening in the parking lot, saying that was a ripoff too? Come on.
Um. So. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
So. All right, let's talk about this next man. And this again. Brian Danielson took on Satnam Singh.
Oh my god.
Why? Why? Why?
So stupid. It was so
Oh,
stupid.
the match ended in a disqualification.
He's an Indian Omas. The guy's got no moves. Like he's an Indian version of Omas. And I'm not saying that disrespectfully. It's just like talk about parallels. Come on now.
The match was crazy. The match was crazy. And then another thing too is that I didn't care for. Why is Jeff Jarrett out there with his wife?
Oh my
And then
god.
Sanjay Dutt,
Ridiculous.
and then Sanjay Dutt, he was out
Oh, I
there.
thought of you. I thought of you when he came out. I was like, oh boy.
Here comes Sanjay Dutt. Like, but anyway,
Sounds like
Danielson in the match, right? Danielson took Satnam Singh and he hit him in the Sanjay Dutt. He did. He hit him in the Sanjay. He did. He did it. And I thought of Sarah immediately when he did it.
oh
Um,
god.
I
So
saw the
bad.
Sarah. I saw the Sarah sitting there at ringside at that day, and I said to her, "Oh, look, Sarah, look what he's gonna do. He's gonna have it to Sanjay do it." Oh,
It's just
hey,
ridiculous. Like,
um,
and I,
any. Go
oh,
ahead,
go ahead.
sir. I'm sorry. No, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I get it. Like, it probably this wasn't meant. I don't think this was ever meant to be a match.
Right.
This was meant to kind of weaken Brian Danielson before the match, the Anarchy in the Arena match.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
this,
that
yeah,
because it was a bounty on his head, and then they were and the young children. Then the young children come out, and uh, it was a mess. Okay, so on an entertainment level, so what do you give this whole thing?
too.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go down the dial and give this a goose egg. This
Yeah,
gets
it
a
just wasn't
zero.
good.
This gets a zero. This was a hot mess.
Yeah, it was just not good.
This gets the golden goose. I'm sorry, folks, but it does.
Jeff Jarrett didn't need to be out there. Jay Lethal didn't need to be out there. Sanjay Dutt, Karen Jarrett, none of them needed to be out there. It's just ridiculous.
And again, he doesn't have anything in his repertoire. Satnam Singh.
Yeah, he doesn't. He can't do any
Um,
moves. Like, he's
no,
not
he
the
can't. He's right. You're not going to see him do a leapfrog, ladies. You're not going to see him do a clothesline.
no.
He can't do it.
No.
It's just not possible.
Yeah, it just the whole thing is just garbage. The whole thing was just so
Yeah, it wasn't good for it wasn't good.
no.
Wasn't good.
And
Yeah, and the Swerve Strickland match and segment. So, what do you give that on an entertainment level?
oh, the Sir Strickland one? I'd give that one an 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the same wavelength.
I'd give that
I
one an
like
8.
I
For
like the end. I like the ending part where Darby Allin came out with the flamethrower.
oh my gosh, yes, that was the one thing that was good about that whole thing was Darby Allin, and I thought it was cool that Tony Khan was the one driving the SUV that
Right,
Darby was riding in, and he gave him
right.
a fist bump. But I thought that made me chuckle. That made me chuckle.
I thought that was good, and
Yeah.
they deserve it. They deserve it. And of course, Matt Jackson went through the table. Went through
Good.
the table. Yeah, he went through the table.
Good. Jerk.
Um, that Anarchy in the Arena match that is going to be woolly, wild, and all over the place.
Oh yeah.
If you if you're looking for a clean match, you're not going to get one. Not in this match.
It's no
This is a
DQ. It's going to be all over the place. Weapons and have other people, and that's one thing I was thinking about with, this new elite trying to, take out the members of the team AEW. It has me wondering because there's no DQs in the match. So are they going to have like Jeff Jarrett and all of them come out and interfere and have like all these different heels come out and interfere in the match? It's got me wondering.
well. If the rumors are true, Aubrey Edwards is going to be the official in the match. So
Are you serious?
yeah, that's a rumor. That is a rumor. She will be assigned to
She
that match.
can't handle a normal multi-person match. How in the hell is she going to be able to officiate Anarchy in the Arena?
And well, I
I
guess Tony Khan must have faith in her to do it, and to call it down the middle as she sees fit. Um,
Faith in her not to see anything.
well, oh my gosh. Anyway, guys, the three-way eliminator match. It was Hook, Shibata, and Brian Keith. No, those were not lawyers. Those were men fighting for the FT title. And you are watching the wrestling experience. The match ended in a disqualification. The now we got a triple threat match. It will be Hook and Shibata taking on Jericho. So what did you think of this match?
I don't know. I think it's stupid they're making such a big deal out of a title that's not recognized like at all. Um it doesn't need to be a triple threat match. It just doesn't. Like
No,
I did not agree with the whole double submission that
right, the
Shibata
double
and Hook
submission,
did.
right?
I just did not agree with that at all. I don't know. I thought it just yeah. I didn't enjoy this match. It's like okay, can we just
No.
get this over with so I don't have to see cringy Jericho on my screen any longer than normal.
And he was along with Big Bill. And you know
Oh, I
Big
know.
Bill is going to interfere in the match. You know he's going
Oh
to stick his
yes.
nose. He's going to stick his giant green jolly nose in the match. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ho ho ho, green giant. Anyway, oh god. Anyway, some of it I digress.
Totally make me think of those commercials from when I was a kid.
Ho ho ho, green giant. Anyway, don't forget to eat your vegetables, kid. Anyway,
Oh my god. You're ridiculous.
ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay.
Kind of what I think. Ay, ay, ay. Like, good grief.
Oh my gosh. She don't forget this night as long as she no, no, she,
Nope.
no, she, no, she won't. No, she won't. Anyway.
No.
Um,
No, it's just
oh,
like this whole learning tree thing. I think it's just it's so stupid. Like, and he's so corny. He's
yes.
so corny. I'm like, come on. This is just. Can you please move on to something cool again? Like, I don't know. I'm not feeling
So
the whole learning tree thing at all.
no, so on the entertainment level, so what do you give this whole thing?
Like a four, three,
Mm.
3.5, 4.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm not going to do anything. Well, I'm going to give it a three. The match was a three. I didn't like the ending. The ending was whack.
Yeah, like
The ending was.
this
Um,
doesn't need to be a triple threat match. It's like this isn't like the world champion or something.
right,
I don't know.
and it's a belt that's not recognized.
That's what I said.
So
It's not even it's not a recognized championship. So why it doesn't matter. It means more to Hook because his dad founded the title. That's why it means
Right.
so much to him. That's what is
Right.
motivating him to get this title back, to get this belt back, because his dad created the title. It's
Right.
just dumb.
All right.
Wait a second.
All right. So we're up to the last match. Right, guys, we're up to the last match. Kanose Takesha took on Matt Sydal. Oh my gosh. And the match was fine. I like Takesha, and his heel work is good. Don Callis controlling everything, and he won the match.
Yeah, this
So
glittery.
yeah, there's no place like the locker room. There is no place like the locker. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Go, 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 go. Follow the yellow brick road. Anyway.
Oh my god!
Ladies and gentlemen, I
Oh my
digress.
god, you're crazy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're crazy. You're crazy, Earl.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what?
Anyway,
It was funny and it fit. So there you go.
right, right. Anyway, I digress. uh, oh my God. All this potpourri of action just for you, ladies. That is for you. All that entertainment for your bottom dollar.
That's right.
Um, it, um, um, so the match was fine. The match was all right for what it was. I didn't mind it at all. Um,
It was all right.
and it was on an entertainment level. So what did you give this match?
This one I'd give it a 7. It was all right.
Yeah,
Like you famously say, it was all right for what it was.
right. So I'm gonna give this a 7 as well. I'm gonna give this a 7, and yeah, I'm gonna give this a 7. This was good. This this was this
And
was
then
okay.
you know, he was, Takashi, he plays a good heel. You know, he's in the Don
Right,
Callis family. He's got Don Callis backing him up, helping him, get into trouble and stuff. And then he's continuing to beat down Matt Sydal after the match. And then Moxley comes out for the save. So, yeah, like I said, it was all right for what it was. It was okay. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't amazing. It was all right.
right.
So let me get
Oh,
the match card for Double or Nothing.
yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we are gonna do double or nothing, and this is a long match list.
Yes, it
This
is.
Yeah, this is about 12 to 13 matches so far. And then this is ballooned to, I believe, 11 or 12 we're up to. Okay. All right. So what me and Sarah are going to do is we're going to go down the card. We're going to give you our predictions and our thoughts on the match and what's going to happen and everything else. Now, like I said, we will have double or nothing this Sunday, on the Hardcore Sports. And by the way, thank you all for watching the Hardcore Sports. My name is that is Sarah, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience, ladies and gentlemen. And follow them on Twitch at Hardcore Sports. Follow them on Instagram at Hardcore Sports. Follow them on Spotify at Hardcore Sports. Follow them on X at Hardcore Sports. Follow them on Facebook at Hardcore Sports. And of course, subscribe to their YouTube channel. And hit that like button. Hit that like button on my channel. Hit the like button on the Hardcore Sports. We hope that you great Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, now Thursday evening here at the Hardcore Sports Network.
Good job, Earl. Take a breath. Deep breath in and out. Get that oxygen moving through the body.
Yeah, exactly. So, let's talk about this match for a second. It is Trent Beretta taking on Orange Cassidy. The match is going to be fine. The match is going to be is okay. But Trent Beretta, the last time they met Orange Cassidy defeated him in the match. He played trickery for trickery with Trent Beretta. So, Sarah, I'm going to reserve my time right now. Sarah, who's going to win this match?
I think Trent Beretta might, just because Orange Cassidy won the last one.
Okay.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm sure Don Callis is going to be involved in some way, shape, or form, since it looks like he's been kind of trying to recruit Orange Cassidy. But it wouldn't surprise me if, perhaps somehow, he's been, I don't know, meeting with Trent Beretta, behind the scenes or something, and, Don Callis or somebody from Don Callis family ends up helping Trent Beretta win. But
right.
I could see, since Orange Cassidy won the last one, I could see Trent Beretta maybe winning this one.
Okay. So I'm going to go in the same wavelength as Sarah, and I'm going to say Trent Beretta. Trent Beretta goes over Orange Cassidy in this match. He's going to go over. All right. John Moxley takes on Takeshita for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship Elimination match. Now, me and Sarah talked about this on Collision. We talked about this on Collision, and they did this wrong. This was done wrong. This match was booked wrong. What should have happened is that Takeshita should have been booked into a number one contender match. He should have been booked for a number one contenders match. And then, if you wanted him to win the match, okay, fine. He won the match. Now he's the number one contender for the IWGP title. And he will take on Moxley Double or Nothing. That's what you should have done.
Yeah.
That's the right booking thing to do. But that's not what they did here, this elimination match. So who's going to win this match?
I think Takeshita is going to end up winning.
Okay.
So we can actually get a match for the championship.
Okay.
A match that actually, has stakes to it, that actually means something. I think this whole thing with doing an eliminator match on a pay-per-view is stupid as hell. It's so dumb. This is if you want to do an eliminator match, do it on Dynamite or Collision. You don't do it on a pay-per-view.
Exactly. Dumb. Yeah, I don't see Moxley losing the match. I think he's gonna go over Takeshita. I think Moxley's gonna go over in the match. Like Sarah said, this match is whack because you did it the wrong way. You should have did it the opposite way.
Yep.
You should have did it the opposite way, and that would have saved time, money, and energy on the match.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Adam Copeland takes on Malachi Black for the TNT Championship in a barbed wire steel cage. Oh, take my money, please.
It's going to be great. I'm so ready for this one. Especially after Adam Copeland dropped all that blood on Malachi Black last night, which was like I said, that was one of the bright spots last night.
Yes.
There were a couple. So, but yeah, I'm very excited for this match. Adam Copeland has done many, matches in the steel cage. So he knows his stuff. I don't know if Malachi Black's ever done one, but the fact that it's got barbed wire in there, that just that just adds more stakes to the match, which is just it adds another mysterious element to see what's going to happen. I could see maybe one of them like taking some of the barbed wire off the steel cage and using it to cut somebody else, cut their opponent. I could see that happening. This is just going to be a bloody mess tomorrow or
Right.
Sunday. Sorry, it's going to be
Right.
just a bloody mess. So, and I'm here for it. So I'm looking very forward to this match, and I do think Adam Copeland is going to win.
Okay, so I'm on the same wavelength as Sarah. This match is going to be really wild and all over the place. This match is designed to hurt people and hurt people at will. If you are squeamish with bloody matches, then this is not for you. This is not the match for you.
Do they in these matches are they typically like no DQ? Like can they? 'Cause I'm
Yes.
thinking like they're in a cage. There's a cage around the ring, so they're gonna have access to all this stuff under the ring.
Yes.
Like if they were gonna use it as like a weapon or something. So.
Oh yeah, and then you could bring it in the ring too. And
Oh,
and
yeah.
that barbed wire is to keep everybody out from interfering in the match. If you don't want to get entangled in that barbed wire, I don't recommend you coming in a cage. Because that cage is going to be pointy, it's going to be sharp, and it's going to hurt, and it's going to hurt real bad.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Definitely.
I am going to say with uncertainty that the vicious switch is going to be turned on the rated R superstar, and he's going to teach Malachi Black a thing or two on how to do it on the vicious level.
Oh,
Because he is not a stranger to the vicious level when it comes to cages like that and barbed wire.
I
Um,
wonder if he's gonna bring in that stick thing that he made with the nails in it that
That
he used in
baseball,
the
the
match.
baseball bat. Mhm.
Yeah, the bat with the nails in it that he had in his match with Christian Cage. I wonder if he's gonna bring that to the ring, maybe.
Oh, he'll bring that. He'll bring that, Sarah, and a whole lot more, Mister
Oh,
Black.
I'm just excited.
I,
That's gonna be
I'm gonna
great.
see when they're in the middle of that ring, guys.
It's gonna
When they're
be
in the
so.
middle of that ring, and that cage lowers, and you see all that barbed wire.
Oh my god! I wonder
I'm
if it's
telling you,
really going to keep out though. I wonder if it's really going to be able to keep out the other two members of House of Black.
well, it's designed for it. It should.
That much of a deterrent because I could see both of those guys going down there to try to help Malachi.
Right.
I could totally see it
Well, they
turning
could
into
try.
a three
They
on
could
one.
try. Right. They could try.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a messy try if they try it. Yeah. So Adam Copeland is going to retain the TNT title.
I
All
agree.
right. Okay. So the next match we're going to talk about is Timeless Tony Storm taking on Serena Deeb for the AEW Women's title. The match is going to be fun. The match is going to be great. Sarah, who is winning the AEW Women's title?
I think Tony Storm's going to keep it. Like I said before, I think Serena Deeb, she is fantastic. She's fantastic. But I think, Tony Storm's going to have the Butler guy down there, and then she's going to have Mariah May down there. And again, it's going to essentially turn into a 3-on-1 match. So as
Right.
good as Serena Deeb is, you can't contend with 3-on-1. So I think Tony Storm has got this, and I can see her hanging on to the title until, taking it to Wembley for All In.
Yeah, and I think that that's what's going to happen. And I think that what's going to happen at All In is we're going to get the return of Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter's going to come back, and she's going to challenge Tony Storm, and Jamie Hayter's going to win the match. She's going to win the title. Yeah, I have a feeling that's going to happen. So me and Sarah are in agreement. Tony Storm will retain the AEW Women's Title over Serena. Serena, they will give her all the good money for the match, but in the end, it's going to be too much Tony Storm, like Sarah said. All her
Yep.
loyal soldiers are going to be down there, and they're going to be up to things.
Well, especially if Aubrey Edwards is the ref. I mean, Aubrey Edwards didn't even see her shove that damn tray down her pants.
Right.
So
She didn't see. She didn't see that.
she's gonna magically not see Luther interfering and Mariah May interfering or hitting,
Right.
giving Serena Deeb shots and stuff like,
Right. Exactly. Aubrey Danny Davis. That's what I call her. That's my
yeah,
name for her.
terrible referee.
Okay. The Elite take on Brian Danielson, Darby Allin, and FTR in an Anarchy Arena match. This is going to be woolly, wild, and all over the place. Now, if you've never seen an Anarchy in the Arena match, I'm going to tell you this right now, guys. This is going to be a war, a messy war. You think the cage is going to be messy? Wait until you see this match, because this match has no rules.
Yep.
Zero. This match has zero rules. This match is going to be so bananas. It's going to be crazy. They're going to fight up the ramp, in the audience, on the arena floor, in the parking lot, in the concession, wherever it goes. Now, I remember the first Anarchy in the Arena match. Moxley's music played over the loudspeaker. It, it was a mess. It was a mess.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it's going to be. I think it's just going to be just all over the place.
It's just going to be all over the place.
So many things happening at once. Multiple referees involved. Multiple cameramen involved. You've got, they can go into the crowd, which is crazy. So then you got to contend with having security around to, block fans from getting involved, somehow in the match when it's in that area. But I'm hoping that the team, the AEW team wins it, but you got to figure Bryan Danielson's all beat up. FTR, I mean, we don't even know yet if FTR is going to be able to compete in the match yet. So FTR may not be able to be cleared to compete. So FTR may not be a part of it. They may have to find two people at last minute to help out. So that's gonna, I think that if that happens, that could play a role in it. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be crazy.
What if they get this tag team called Machine Mountain to replace FTR? Yes.
Oh, I've never heard of them. Machine Mountain.
Yeah, I don't know if I got I don't know if I got the name right. I don't know if I got the name right.
Do you mean the Motor City Machine Gun?
Yes, that's it.
Oh, that would be.
Yeah. And they replace FTR in the match.
That would be flipping amazing. I would not be mad at that. I wouldn't.
And the elite comes out and they says, well, since you don't have the tag team partners that you had, I guess you guys are gonna forfeit the match, and they're gonna keep bragging about it and going on, and then all of a sudden, Darby Allin comes on the stage and he says, "Well, I made a phone call of the somebody will be helping us tonight," and then their music, and then they come on, and the whole place pops, and the place just goes bananas.
That is exactly what would happen. That I think it would be cool. Like I said, I wouldn't complain about that. I would be perfectly fine if that were the case. I think it would be great. I think it would be great for them as well.
And I wouldn't have an issue with it whatsoever. Mm.
Yeah,
Nope.
I would not be mad at that.
Nope. They come on the stage, they get in the ring, they're bragging about they're going to win the match by forfeit. Out they
Yeah,
come. Out they come. Out they come. Well, I guess this match is not being forfeited. You can ring the bell. Mm.
that would be cool. I think that would be very cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it. So if that happens, that's fine. That happens, that's fine. But if FTR is cleared in this match, I'm going to give the edge to Darby Allin and FTR
Yeah, I
to win
agree.
to win the match over the Elite.
Yep, I concur.
Yep. Again, like I said, the match is going to be it's going to be crazy. All right. We have Chris Jericho, Hook, and Shibata for the FTR for the FW title. So who's winning this match and who's winning the title?
I think they're going to put it back on Hook. I
Yeah,
think they're going to give it
yeah,
back to Hook.
yep, yep. Hook's gonna win the match. Hook's gonna win. He's gonna get the title back from Jericho. It's the only right thing to do anyway. Jericho looks like a fool with the title, and he's walking around waving at the audience like he's the president of the United States.
God, it's just he's such a cornball. It's like, dude, no. It's just that whole like the happy heel. It's not. It doesn't work for him. It just
Right.
doesn't. I didn't like it when he did it in WWE, and I don't like it when he does it in AEW. So like, yeah, not feeling it.
No, I'm not feeling it either. I'm gonna. So me and Sarah are on the same page. Hook is gonna be the new champion. Okay. All right. Um, Roderick Strong will take on Will Ospreay for the AEW International Championship. This is going to be great. This is going to be a banger. Oh, Jesus, is going to be a banger. Ospreay does not give a whack match. No. And what Sarah said earlier in the stream, you can go back and check it out. After the match, he did an interview and he was none too pleased
He was
with
livid.
what Roderick Strong did. After he busted him open, uh,
He was so livid. I mean, and Will Ospreay, he's not just good in the ring. He's very good on the mic as well. You could really feel the emotions coming from him in that backstage interview thing backstage promo that he did. Um, but yeah, I mean, and I can't foresee them breaking. I mean, 'cause you got to figure too. Will Ospreay's undefeated at this point. I think he's like 13-0. I do not foresee them breaking his undefeated streak with Roderick Strong. No, just
yeah.
no. So yeah, I think Will Ospreay's got this.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna agree with Sarah. I think Ospreay is gonna win this match.
Yep.
We'll have a new title, or even though the Kingdom will be down there to do nefarious means. But I hope the referee tosses them out and they get caught
Yep.
and they get caught and they get tossed.
Yep.
Because Ospreay is good at what he does, as Sarah said. He's good at what he does, and he puts on some banger matches. And this is not going to be dull by any stretch of the imagination. They're going to give each other a ride in this match, but Roderick Strong, I think he's going to lose to Ospreay.
Yeah.
Ospreay's going to get his revenge on him. Yep, I can see it. I'm going to agree with Sarah's assessment. Okay. All right. All right, we talked about. Oh, okay. Okay, we went through that. We went. So we're up to the main event. We're up to the main event, and that
Well, there's
is.
actually three main events. They made three main events for this pay-per-view,
Oh yes, they did.
which I
Yeah,
think is
we did.
ridiculous.
Yes, they did. This is the third main event. It is Swerve Strickland taking on Christian Cage for the AEW title. Sarah, who is going to win the AEW title?
Do you really have to ask that question? Well, let's just say Prince Nana wasn't swerving last night when he was driving. He drove right where he needed to be.
Right, exactly.
I think Swerve's got this.
Yeah. There's just no doubt about it. Swerve Strickland is going to win this match. Now, of course, Geppetto and Pinocchio will be down at ringside along with Luchasaurus. And you know they're going to be up the thighs. Shayna Wayne is going to be up the thighs. But I don't see Christian walking out with the title.
Nope.
Especially after Strickland just won the title.
Yeah, he just won it less than a month ago, wasn't it?
Right.
Or no, it was in March.
Yeah, it was in March.
No, he didn't win it at Revolution. He won
No,
it
no,
at
no, no. Dynasty, right? In April. He just won it in April.
Yeah, he just won it last month. They're not taking that title off of him.
No. No. Okay. So we're in agreement, me and Sarah. All right, we have the last match now. We're up to the last match. It is Willow Nightingale taking on the one and the only the Mercedes Moné for the AEW TBS Championship. Here's the problem that I have. Here's the problem. We waited all the way until Double or None this Sunday night for her to make her debut in the ring. I don't know why you all did this. I don't understand it. I don't agree with it. I know a lot of people's like, oh well, she was injured. She needed time to heal.
BS.
Okay.
I don't think she's still not able to be in the ring.
So
I don't believe that for a second.
So my argument is, and my whole argument is that okay, I understand that she had an ankle injury. I get it. I understand it. Fine. Okay, great. Perfect. Here's the thing that I just don't understand. For months, she came out, she signed with AW, she came back at Big Business, she came back in March, okay, she came back in Boston and everything else with Big Business and the Boss Lady. Okay, get it. Month after month after month after month, all they made her do was do these promos. In the ring with the promo. Then they put her in this attack thing, who attacked Mercedes Moné backstage. They had that little segment. But here's the thing. Why couldn't you just have her out there for 5 minutes in a match?
Yeah.
Just to see what she can do. I'm not asking you for a 30-minute match. That's not what I'm asking. What I'm saying to you is if you want to prove that the ankle is good enough for her to go in the pay-per-view, why couldn't you put her in the match for 5 minutes or 10 minutes to see how she works with that ankle? I don't understand this at all. I don't understand this at all. And unfortunately, because it's her debut on AEW, she's going to win the title.
I just don't agree. with how wonderful Willow is. She's gotten so much better. You know, she is great on the mic. She's great in the ring. I just don't understand why you would make her a transitional champion. If that was the case, then you shouldn't have taken the title off of Julia Hart.
Right.
Period. You
Yeah,
shouldn't have
and
taken the
it's
title off of her.
no,
Just
it's
stupid.
sad. It's sad because I'm
Really
busted
mad.
up. I'm busted up about it. I'm really busted up about it because I love Willow Nightingale, and I think that she should have had a longer title reign. But that's not what they're gonna do here. That's not what they're gonna do here. Mercedes Moné is not gonna lose her first night in
No,
AEW. They're not gonna make her do that. So she's gonna win the title. We're gonna have a new TBS champion in Willow Nightingale. I mean, in Mercedes Moné.
unfortunately.
Unfortunately. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Double or Nothing 2024. As I said before, everyone, as I said, we'll be on the air with that. We'll be on the air with that show at 7:50. And Sarah, you are welcome to join us in the chat. We're going to go on the air at 7:50 Eastern Daylight Saving. It'll be me. It'll be Martina. It'll be Nick. It'll be Nick. And he's got the roundup. He's got the roundup. Like the church, they will be in the building. He's
Oh
really
my
in the
god.
building. Like, he'll be in the building. I love doing that because Sarah likes it so much. She likes when I introduce my the time. And Mac will join us on Saturday too for the King and the Queen of the Ring.
Woohoo!
It'll be me. It'll be Sarah. It'll be Mitch. And of course, and also Denise. And it'll be, he's got the roundup. Like the Giants. Oh,
Oh, I'm so glad Denise is going to be joining us. That's great.
yes, I believe Denise will be joining us as well. We're all going to bring you. We're all going to bring you the King and Queen of the Ring 2024. And that will happen at 12:50. Now, don't forget, Sarah, we go on the air at 12:15 Eastern Daylight Standard Time at 12:15. We're only on the air. And we're gonna hit the airwaves at 12:50. And we're gonna bring you that little nuance. And we hope that you'll enjoy the telecast. But again, I want to thank Sarah again for her participation in the wrestling experience. I could never, ever, ever do this party without my co-host. Never. We always laugh, we always connect, and we always do the analytics. We all do it right here on this wrestling experience. For 3 years, we've done it for you. And I can't do it without the audience. I want to thank the audience. I want to thank you all in the chat. Thank you all so much for your time and energy. I want to thank Sarah for her time and energy.
Of
She is
course.
fabulous at what she does. She is fabulous at what she does. And Sarah, like I said, I'll see you on Saturday afternoon.
Yep.
Um, I will be back. I will be back in 24 hours because me and Denise are going to pack our bags and we're heading to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia for Friday Night SmackDown. No, ladies, we're not lawyers. We're passionate wrestling fans, and you're gonna watch Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow night right here on FOX Fox. Thank you so much for your time. All the yellow people, all the yellow people, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Earl Cole, that is Sarah. I'll see you tomorrow night for the Friday Night SmackDown.
You've landed on the long ship. Welcome to Planet Experience. Welcome to the Wrestling Experience.